Right, Amendment 9. Use the Amendment 9. Why? Because the Amendment 9 keep your rights that you reserve. Then they go ahead and use the Amendment 10. Why? The Amendment 10, because the state cannot make no law. Congress cannot make no law contrary forcing law would never delegate it to them. And one of the law that we never delegate to Congress was we never delegate to Congress our children. Sorry if I use terms that you guys can't understand. I'm trying to be nice, because if I say certain words, the live would think I'm talking perverted. So that's why I use the word that I used earlier. It sounds different to you guys, but we know what it is as Jamaican. If you're Jamaican, you know what I'm talking about. All right? Now, this saying that we never delegate no power to Congress, so Congress can't make no law according to, therefore, the state law or the statutory law or the contractual law that child support is trying to invoke, is a void law, because none of us ever gave them the rights of our child over them to make no amendment to do it and say, go ahead, we're going to make some rights and laws over your children. No, motherfucker, you have no such authority. No such authority by the Constitution. So you use this law, this part of the Constitution. And because the court run an administrative process, you use an Article 3 court in the United States Constitution. Use the Article 3, Section 1 to show that you are understanding the rules and regulations. It's in the violation of that. And since the child support agency is no governmental body, it has to follow the principle of contract law, in which the Article 6 court, Article 6 of the Constitution must be invoked to let them know that you have treaty rights.
Article 6.
Because it's the supreme law of the land. Voided out any claim that they could make in consistency with the contract of the United States of America to use this land and operate on this territory, which is called the Constitution and treaties. Therefore, the state law or the state
That's so fucked up.
the state statutory law they're trying to bring forth and impose on you is void through it go contrary with the Constitution and the treaties of the United States. Therefore, you open a lawsuit effectively to hold him for what? Monopolization of commerce, which you go ahead and hold this.
House. That's fucked up.
Somebody asking me a question. Oh, somebody talking to you in the background.
No, that's my wife talking in the background.
So you're gonna hold him accountable underneath this chapter,
15.
this chapter, and this chapter. 1, 2, and 3 of this title.
Subsec 3. Got it.
And then you hold the judge underneath this chapter, the clerk under this chapter, and every single other person underneath this chapter that participate with it. The other individual or entity, you hold them underneath this chapter.
1986. Okay.
Queen, are you listening, Queen? I want to make sure you're listening. If you're listening, if you're not listening, you're gonna lose out, Queen. This chapter, a civil action is brought to light.
Civil cause of action. For damage caused by various types of conspiracies and
Various conspiracy against the rights to take away your offspring interests and place you in a position of all kind of bullshit. So the conspiracy that they brought against you is a violation by the court of law. So therefore you invoke your rights to bind them underneath the principle of contract. When you hold them underneath this chapter, then you hold them for this chapter.
mail fraud.
in this chapter?
18. 1343.
They to get prison up to 20 years. Don't be afraid to count the amount of years that you're going to give them. If they're not going to give you the money that they ask for, we're going to give them 10 years in court with all the crimes that they commit. Up to 50 years in prison for all of them, according to these laws. We are not fucking with them. They come and trespass upon us and take our child and then money laundering. Slavery is abolished, you motherfuckers. You don't put my child into bond slavery. You see, bond slavery, I've been teaching it for the past couple of days. So let's look at what bond slavery is. If you didn't saw it, if you weren't here, you see, bond slavery is a peculiar thing. Is when you make a bond for that slave to pay some form of debt. You don't owe them no debt. So then when they create something like a bond, a security, and say you hold them account, you hold them, if the wife won't do it, then we're gonna do it. Who give you that fucking right? When did we become your slave, you motherfucker? If she won't do it, then we're gonna do it. Who gave you that right? That's the point what I'm making. So you gonna invoke certain laws on them. Why? Because you want to know who the fuck are they? This is effectively internet gone. Give me a second. Don't just sit there and don't know the principle of the laws. That's why I wanted to teach you guys before. If you guys rush, you won't learn. So now that you guys rush me to give you everything, there it is.
It's not the laws that confuse me. It's the procedure mostly.
So that's exactly why I wanted to talk about the procedure and tell you exactly the steps, what they're doing, and how they were taking it. That's why I was trying to break it down. That's how I work with my life. If anyone knows me, the principle of my life, this is how it runs. The guy that just trying to... All right. So you want to read this chapter, and then you're gonna oh, it's gone again. The internet gone again. Damn. Please give me a round of love, baby.
I would have loved to see your B a little bigger, a little more readable. Honey has some cool tricks. There's some reflection in there, and it does feel like metal. Pull back a little bit and focus on what's important. There is a lot going on in this tattoo.
You cannot play with criminals that act as if everybody is criminal except them. You cannot play with criminals because they are criminal. They are pretending they are not criminal, but they are criminal because you cannot pretend that they are not criminals. They are criminals because all of them are participate in the crime. It's a criminal organization. All right?
Yeah,
now, fictitious obligation.
I said, yeah, they are. They sure are. They just know how to bend the law to their will, basically.
Now, a criminal, fictitious obligation. Don't be afraid to hold them for that, because it's an obligation that they're giving that is fraud. They create, they draw, print, process, produce, publish, or otherwise make or attempt to cause or any same of the within the United States. Cause, pause, utter, pretense, or offer brokers, issue, sales, utilize interstate or foreign commerce, including the use of mail, wire, well, blah, 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 any false or fictitious instrument, document, or other means appearing to represent it, purporting or conveying through the schemes or artifice of an actual security or financial instrument issued under any authority of the United States or foreign government or any state political subdivision, you name it, or any fucking obligation, is guilty of a Class B felony. Hold them accountable. We have to hold these murderous criminals accountable. They are criminals. We have to hold them accountable, put them in every single goddamn law and bind them. They are thieves. They are thieves. They make any form of instrument and just call me and put my daughter and my son and whoa, she's not gonna do it. Then I am gonna do it. Who give you that fucking right? Who give you that right? Where did that right come from? Then that's the reason why I wanted to teach you about right. Now let me teach you, since your eyes is up on it. Let's learn the concept of how right can be and be invoked. You see, right is a very peculiar word. It's a word that you may think, oh yeah, they're a government, so they have the right to do so, you bumbleclaw, do so what? Do so how? How do you do so? You have to show me that you were in my goddamn bars when I was fucking my wife. You motherfucker. Show me how you get in that goddamn seed and come out. You tell me, how did you get in there? Come on. I want to know how you came out and then have that right before me. Criminal liars. Give me a second. My internet is messing up and then my computer is glitching already. All right, here we go. All right, let's go to I. You see, right is a very peculiar word. You see, right is not just right, you know. You might see it as just right, you know. But you see, right is said, this word is used in various sense. Now, one of the sense that it used, it is sometimes used, signifies laws. As such, when we say natural right requires to keep a promise, right? But you never make a promise to them, did you? Or it commands a restitution. Yes, it needs restitution when somebody violates a bumbleclaw rights. Or it forbids murder. In our language, it is solemn use in this sense. And of course it is. That's the only way use. It sometimes means the quality of an action. Or the quality in our action by which they are the denominated ones. Now, denominated. You know what I mean? That means it gives just one rights. Now, I can see, after all I tell you, they have no just in their action. So they are not denominated at all. They are demons. This is usually denominated rectitude. It is the quality in a person by which he can do certain action or possess certain things which belong to who?
Him.
By what?
Virtue.
Of what?
Some title.
And you are the father.
Yeah. Right.
You are the father, so it's by virtue. The children are belong to you. You go fuck your fucking self and tell me about, oh, then we will. Hey, that's a criminal activity and terrorist action. Oh, do you dare tell me that you're gonna take my fucking child and make a lawsuit on me from here for what? That's a criminal activity. It falls underneath domestic terrorism. It's a violation by the court of law to come and intimidate. Oh, I'm gonna impose impose it on you. Underneath domestic terrorism, tell you, hey, you come intimidate me by intentionally intimidate our coercive civil population to influence what? The policy of a government. You are a criminal. And that's what you need to call him in court. He has no right to invoke none of what they said because it does not belong to them by fucking virtue. The only person that it belongs to by virtue are the mother and the father. And the mother can't even get no right over the child, over you, since you are the father. It's entitled to you by what? The title. In this sense, we use when we say the man has a right to his what? Estate.
Estate, yeah.
Or a right to what? Defend himself.
Defend himself.
Since you have a right to do so, then everyone owe you a duty. In this latter sense, which is the right to what? To the estate.
Sounds so long.
This word will be considered the right correlative duty for whenever one has a right due to him, some other owe him a duty. So it's by law. You owe me a duty to make sure this is my position, and me have all the right to hold him in my house, and you need to get the fuck out of my face and tell me otherwise.
Go potty. So you're gonna like, that is busy.
It's not only that. You see, right is the same as obligation. It has rights where perfect and rights where imperfect. Now we got to consider this deeply because you see, what they're trying to invoke is an imperfect right, but the one that you write is a perfect right because it belongs to you by virtue and by title. When the thing which we have a right to possess, which is my child, or an action we have a right to do, which is hold him in my house or care for him, are made, be fixed and determined. These are fixed and determined rights. You cannot change it. You cannot alter it. Every father and mother have a right over every governmental body. You are a criminal to come in and say, oh, well, we're going to do it. Motherfucker, I said, back the fuck off. This is my right, you bitch ass. Right is perfect one. Because it's already fixed and determined that you are the father. Therefore, since it's fixed and determined that you are the father, that right is yours. But when the thing or the action are vague, how do you get position out of it? So the word vague said you don't understand it, you don't know it come by. So because you have a buggle in your mind, right there alone told you that the right that they're trying to invoke is an imperfect one. Therefore, if it's an imperfect one, it can be put down to naught. No one owe you a duty to enforce that. You can never enforce that right at all. Because why? It's an imperfect. It's either indeterminate as well. Since it's indeterminate, this right is imperfect one. If a man demand his property, whether it's his child or his house or his land, which is withheld from him, whether his child or his house or his land, the right to support him is demand. Support his demand is a perfect one. So when you go to the court and claim that fucking right, you are claiming a perfect right. Therefore, they must support it. Anyone don't support it, you gotta bind them. Because they're criminals and don't want to support it. That judge they go before, you're gonna take that judge off the bench and put him in the contract and sue him as well. Remember what I said about the professional? Anyone remember what I said about the professional?
Yeah, get them all.
Hey! Yeah, man, you don't play with him, bro. Yeah, just go take your medication and don't play with him. And it's calling me. I told you. Bring me everyone. I mean everyone. Every bomber clot one. Go get that judge and kick him off the goddamn bench and put him in the goddamn case if he decides that he don't want to assist you in execute the law. You take him off that bench and place him in the court and say, you go over that side. I'm going to charge you for obstruction of justice.
And that's where the most confusion is again the procedure, the whole procedure of getting to the court, because we don't see the court, we don't see the judge, we see the minutes. Yeah, go ahead.
If the clerk try to stop you, you use this. Is the law states, whoever being a clerk of the district court of the United States willfully refuse or neglect to make or forward any report, certificate, statements, or documents as required by law shall be what? Fined under this title or imprisonment not more than 1 year or both. If she decided to violate the law, you put her in a suit.
Yes, once again, it's and they know this. They know that they know the law. They know the clerks know it. They still do it because I have requested a FOIA. And I still haven't gotten a response back. I got a response back from the child support agency. And they told me we are not a government or a federal agency. We are not a federal entity. Therefore, we cannot fulfill your FOIA request. You see what I'm saying?
So then don't give them a FOIA request. You just turn it around and give them a public request.
What is a public request?
It's the same as a FOIA request. Since they want to call it, we don't want to give you. They don't give a public. Every people have to give you your public request.
I never knew anything about a public request.
Oh yeah. Then you're gonna learn today.
Public request.
You're gonna learn today. You're gonna change it around and give them a public request. Say, all right, motherfucker, come here. Since you wanna talk all kind of shit, all right, come here. Let's do a public request, motherfucker.
Okay. This is something new.
Every corporation must give you documentation in accordance to law. A public request is a factor that they must give you the documentation. Then, if you don't give them a public request, then they just do a subpoena, do system and slap it on the court record and make the clerk file that shit. They best believe they're gonna come and actually do what they need. And if the clerk decided to stop it again, here's another code they put underneath our fucking ass. Prohibited what? Willfully and unlawfully concealment of facts. You need to put my shit on the record and let it run as I bind you on a bumble. If she decided to keep acting up, then they all are accountable under this one. You get enough? You get enough yet? Come on, guys. You gotta play with me. You guys like, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna end the live. I'm tired. I have not reached 20K yet. I've been here for over an hour. You guys are playing around. Much love for all who came in live. I have not. Let me see. I have not get one at. I think I do get a couple coins from Butterfly. I get one rose from Butterfly, so I have to give Butterfly appreciation. And as for those who are willfully donators, please, you guys just come and get this for free, right? That's a full court case I just gave you with all the documentation that you need to file. Don't be stingy. Now you say, I want people not to go or be a gatekeeper. Yo. All right, now I did not keep the gate. I let the gate open and the guys get to running.
Hang on.
Don't be afraid
Hang on 1 second. Let me copy your Cash App thing. Hang on.
Right?
Hold on. What's your Cash App? Oh,
It's right there.
Okay. $. Okay, cool Fox. Got it.
Right. And if you can't get Cash App, I do have Zelle. And Zelle is right there.
Right.
Don't be afraid of none of them. You go there with a high chest and tell them to prove it by fucking law. Prove it by law that any man can take another man's child and force that man and compel that man to pay them money in accordance to law. Prove it by fucking law. See if it's that as a usurpation. You cannot usurp me in any form of way in accordance to law. Contract law does not allow it. Contract law does not allow usurpation to force you or compel you in an obligation. Contract law does not allow such action. It's a violation by law. You cannot compel me, you fucker. Talking about, oh, yes, we're going to take you if she don't take you. Hey, I tell you this, if I had an army that go in there and slap that motherfucker in his face. Tell the man, boy, he can come and tell you, but oh, if she's not gonna do it, you, yeah, all right, you. They just all they're doing is just do one thing. They have more power, more army than us, so that's the only thing they can do. But the international law is binding up on them. If they kill us or harm us without no reason, then we have every single right to call international laws upon the ass. So don't be afraid to get the documentation and write these international people and tell them, hey, we have people breaching the laws here, and you need to come down and talk to them, because if you don't come down and talk to them, then we have every right to sue you too. We put you in our lawsuit, bro. So come down and just take care of this, because we don't want to drag you in this motherfucking shit. Because I have a rights and interest here that you guys are buying by. Hold them accountable, man. Hold them accountable. Stop these criminal activities. And that's it. If anybody else wants some questions, come on up. Who want a question about finance?
All right, you have a good night.
All right, you take care. Do you got it, bro? You got all the information you got?
I do. I got your information.
All right, let me listen to you. I'm going to listen to you. You're the floor. Go ahead and talk and tell me what you got. You're the floor, bro.
Who, me?
Yeah, go ahead and tell people what you got. Learn from what you learned so far.
Oh, no, I'm not a good teacher.
No, you're not teaching anything. You're just reiterating what you got.
I wrote down all your codes. I got a lot of studying to do. That's what I got. I got 15 U.S. Code subsection 3. I got 42 U.S. Code subsection 1986. 42 U.S. subsection 1985. I got a study about mail fraud. I got a U.S. 18 U.S. Code 1343 master slave. 18 U.S. Code 1514 fictitious action, I believe. Article 14, Article 6. I got a lot written down here, so I got a lot of reading to do.
But this one, you can't leave this out, because this is the key to all of it.
Executive order.
Yes, keep that one. That's the key to everything.
All right, 1307. Okay.
They were so bold to tell you, we're not a government entity, so we don't have to do that. Right there, you have motherfuckers saying, we're not a government entity, so all you fucking get to push me around like that, you bitch. Right? Tell me, oh, we're going to go ahead and do it anyways. Yeah, you fucking, you should glad that we don't have an army, because we're going to move up your ass and slap you in the freaking head.
Yeah, well, that's what they know. That's why they're doing things like this, because the American people gave them way too much power.
Yeah, we need to take back our sons and daughters away from them. That's what we need to do, and they won't have no army. That's what we need to take our sons and daughters away from them. Get out of the army. Come on home. The military power is supposed to help us when they do that shit. But they all over the goddamn place, running around trying to do other people's shit.
Tissue right there.
What's going on, Black? Much love for coming by. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, you have a good night.
You too. Take care.
Much love, man. How you?
I'm here chilling with the people, man. I'm about to get out of here, but I just came here for a little bit.
I know that's right, man. I'm as always soaking up the game.
So, for those people who are here today who have any questions, can ask them. You can come up in the live and ask them real quick. Doesn't matter if it's finance, doesn't matter if it's car, doesn't matter if it's house. Come up and ask you real quick. Because once I jump off, I won't come back for the rest of the night. I'm going to go chill, lie down on my bed, and let's go ahead and watch some TV. Sleep for the rest of the night. I guess
I got a financial question there, man. What's up with like credit card bills and things of that nature? How to charge those off?
You want to charge them. You want to charge them off. You instruct the person that you're actually in the contract with. You guys just you guys just not just feel like you don't have no right to talk. Now you just send them a notice, instruct them, tell them what to do. You have to write them. When they call them, they won't say nothing. But when they write them, right, that's it.
Write them on send it certified mail.
Yep. Hey, the credit card is overdraft today. I want you to take the proceeds of what you got and put towards this debt and increase it. I satisfied. Please do not make no negative remarks on my name to harm my credit. I will hold you accountable for it. Do not disclose my information. Thank you very much, and I appreciate the time and interest. I look forward to you in the next hour or so. The ignoring letter within 20 days. In 20 days, I need to see the reflect on my account. If I don't see the reflection of my account, then I would have to hold you accountable and release you off the asset that you have in front of you for my sake. They would just pretend and ignore it. Then you just call them and say, hey, I didn't see it happen in 10 days, so I'm giving you 10 other days for cure. If you don't work and do the cure, yada, 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 my intent is now to sue. My intent is to sue. Here we go. We sue. The notification pursuant defendant about the plaintiff intention to commence a lawsuit in a court against them for what? It is also known as a pursuant notice letter to demand letter of demand. The letter is used to notify the defendant that a lawsuit may be filed against them in court and demand blah 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 blah. So when you go there to sue, you don't play around with them. You sue and relieve them of the asset, just like you said. Relieve them of the asset. Why you relieve them of the asset? Because they run an installment payment contract and do not want to satisfy the debt. Therefore, the proceeds they generate from the contract is in violation due to their non-performance, and their non-performance relieve them of the debt because the fiduciary duty that they had to you, the fiduciary duty that they have to you is being violated. You see, a fiduciary duty protect both the rights of the defendant and the rights of the plaintiff. So the two parties cannot be armed in the contractual agreement, which is the credit card. Since the two parties can't be armed in it, if they do anything that causes you harm, then you have to hold them accountable. Why? If the non-payment come up, they're benefiting from it majority. Why? Because they're not satisfying no debt. So you tell them, hey, just pay this today, and they don't do it, then they say, hey, what happened? You satisfy your end, but you don't want to satisfy mine? All right, then, I'm going to give you some more chance. So since you're going to give them more chance, and they don't do it, say, hey, motherfucker, you don't, all right, come. Your fiduciary duty is the responsibility to act in the interest of what? Someone else. To establish that the fiduciary duty exists, you need to do that there was a special relationship of trust between you and me. Yes, that's the fucking contract. So since you have a fiduciary duty with you, then you owe me an obligation. Being that you owe me an obligation, you just breach it. So you give them the notice of breach, which fall in the UTC 307. And file a suit against them. You love this life?
Man, fire.
Yeah. You love this life? Yeah.
Fire.
Man, these people are just running their shit, bro. You just need to catch them underneath the fiduciary duty. obligation to you. The fiduciary duty hold two people. They owe two people. Now, because you and them are the one that dealing in this contract.
iPhone charger?
Why?
So, you want to charge my phone for you, please?
Yeah, I have an iPhone charger.
Thank you.
Okay. It is the duty to make sure both parties are satisfied, but they're making their laws to make just one party satisfied, right? The obligation, legal personal trust and confidence to act in the best interest of another party. Which party? You and them in the party in the contract. No, since you and them in the contract, the best interest supposed to be only you and them. So since E is the other party and E is the one that have the account and E has the management of the account, E has the fiduciary duty and it could not be you. Therefore, E must act in the what?
Yeah, legal obligation. The best interest of the other party.
There you go. He must act in the best interest of the other party. And who's the other party in the contract when it comes to credit card?
Me.
There you go. So what's the interest is to not get a bad credit report, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or standard, right? So
Yes,
you
sir.
notify the party and tell them to make sure the debt is satisfied. Use some of the escrow to pay some of the debt. Fuck off and pay the debt, motherfucker. Notify them in writing. You love this line, right, my brother? Yeah, man. God. Well, skill and versatile, man. And it just come off the noodles. There's no pre-existing writing down, so on and so forth. Right off the noodles, bro.
Got you.
All right? So I hope you've been learning, man. I know you've been jumping in and chiming into my life a lot, man, but
Oh yeah.
I don't fuck around with gurus, man, because you see the gurus, they're not using the principle. On it is one of the guys I love. On it, love using the principle of the laws, man. So you see on it, just follow on it, guys. And you need somebody to talk to and listen to on it with one and another guy named Red.
Okay.
On it and Red don't use no sovereign citizen bullshit. They use the principle of the laws. They came from within the laws. They speak in the borderline of the laws and they execute within the borderline of the laws. They are not using no sovereign citizen bullshit. They will give you the rules and regulation of the court, especially on it. It will give you the court rules. So I support those men 100% due to the simple fact they function in the opposite of the law and act in good faith. I don't know much people like them, but many of them are operating outside of the capacity of the law, using some sovereign citizenship bullshit, but don't give you no rights and interests inside of it. Now, if you really want to learn good tactics about the banking system, you guys need to go UCC 3 and UCC 4. Read those two principles and they will give you a good, clear understanding of how banks are supposed to operate as a fiduciary person. And stop moving around without definition. Please learn definition.
UCC 3 and UCC 4.
Yes. What we right there. Queen, you want next question, Queen? I was just about to shut down my live in the Queen. Huh? Come on, ask a question, Queen. Let me see where you want. Where you want now, Queen?
I want to know about the mortgage. Is that the same thing?
What do you want to know about the mortgage, Queen?
Is it the same thing? Because I read my contract and I see it's already executed. I hate the way that
Just
I
watch
just
the
read the
video
contract and
that
I bamboozled like that.
Just watch the last two videos of the post. It's supposed to give you a full fundamental of your rights and interests. Now, you see, the first thing you got to understand, you see, when it comes to a party, you have two contracts, right? They're operating underneath an escrow trust. And who we think has the fiduciary duty in this thing right here? Who we think have the fiduciary duty in this thing here? You can ask to back.
You said
She's
what?
back for more, right? Queen is back for more, right? Queen love it. Queen, I love this live. You love this live, Queen? Oh my
Yeah.
God, man. All right. Who you
Yeah, I
think
got a lot of questions.
who you think have the fiduciary duty in this box here? Anyone can answer the question. Well, go on, Veronica. A long time I don't see you, young lady.
Bank?
It's
Ah,
the buyer.
The bank? Yep, this guy right here. And since he have a fiduciary, who does he hold a fiduciary duty to? Since he have a fiduciary duty.
Okay, I guess to me.
Look again.
Oh, the both, huh?
There you go. Bing, 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 bing. He have a fiduciary duty to both of you. And guess what? The seller come and give him the document, but he pay the seller right away. So when the seller get paid right away from the document, who is left now to get the fiduciary duty?
Yeah, me.
There you go. Bing, 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 bing. So everything that's in the contract now belongs to you, and he must make some money to make sure that you are what? In the best interest of who?
Him.
You're in the best interest of the other party. And since you have to act in the best interest of the other party, now you have to act the best interest of you. So when it comes to foreclosure house, it's a crime. Why it's a crime, ladies and gentlemen? You know why it's a crime? It's fraud. Why? Because he's generating currency underneath the opposites of the contract. Since he's generating currency on the opposites of contract, you're supposed to make whatever proceed come from it to pay for the debt. Why? So why? Why do you have to make the proceed pay for the debt? To secure the other party rights and interests. Since you have to act in the best interest of you want him paying off the debt. He makes sure you are secured, and then you can ask him for some of the debt out of the escrow as a second loan, third loan, fourth loan, and then benefit from it as well. Because why? He have an obligation to make sure you have the best interest. Bro, ladies and gentlemen, they're not going into any trust other than an escrow agreement. Or you can call it a security intermediary. You see, a security intermediary move through the circulation and what? Money, make money for the business, and it work in a circle. Savings, intermediary, business opportunities, intermediary, savings, intermediary. It's generating currency. For who? For who they generating currency? Accepting the deposit. The bank accepted the deposit, went to you, put it in here. Advancing the loan. When the interest come back, you go back to the bank, and then go to who? Yeah. Who is the investor? The person who deposit the contract. Whose contract it is, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, mine.
They are criminals. Ladies and gentlemen, they are criminals. Look at it, bro. You can't tell?
Yeah.
You are shorty. You don't have to act as shorty, but you can act as shorty, and you're acting as shorty whenever you pay any money to them at all. Once the contract starts, you are definitely as a shorty, but you can withdraw your shortyship at all times because shortyship is not even mentioned in the contract, so you don't have to participate in shorty. In child support, you don't want to be a shorty at all. You see, a financial intermediary, an entity that acts as a middleman between the parties in a financial transaction. Who is the middleman in the financial transaction, ladies and gentlemen? The bank. Because the bank wasn't there when they contracted. such as a commercial bank, investment bank, mutual fundings, and pensions. Those are acting as middlemen inside of the contract. Why? Of what? Between two parties. What are two parties? Broker and you. If broker get paid, who's acting for? Just you. Therefore, they are all committing fraud, bro, off the bat. So it's easy as going in there, sign up a contract, give it to them, sit down, and then give them orders. Notice of intent to sue, or notice an instruction, giving them instruction. That's it. All right. Since nobody's tapping anymore, I'm burning them alive. No resource. You guys take care. Much love. And since no more questions, I'm just gonna go.
Okay, thank you. Is that the same with our bank deposits?
That's going to checking account. If you're talking about getting cash and then depositing, that's going to checking account. So no.
Okay, so
It's something that's a considered liquid asset and they put it in that area, then yes. If it's like CDs, so on and so forth, then yes.
Okay, I got you. Thank you.
All right. What's good, DJ Smith? If you guys love the live, say you love the live, man. You gotta go. Just come in and just say, hey, man. You can say, hey, man, I love the live, bro. That's what you should say, bro. What's going on, DJ Smith? What's good?
You know what?
My consultation